I jumped off a cliff in Torrey Pines completely by choice. And honestly, making the move to eXp Realty felt a lot like that. Now, before you think I've completely lost my mind, hear me out. Because most people assume change only happens when something breaks. Business is struggling, the market shifts, you run out of options, you're desperate. But what if the smartest time to change is when everything is actually working? Last year was the best year we ever had. We were growing, winning, our team was thriving. The business my grandparents started in 1949 had never been stronger. And that's exactly when we decided to change everything. People asked us the same question over and over again. Why? Why join eXp Realty when things are going so well? Was something wrong? The answer was simple. No, nothing was wrong. In fact, that's exactly why we made the move. Because leadership isn't about reacting to change, it's about recognizing what's coming and preparing before you're forced to. And I think that's a lesson that applies whether you're buying a home, selling a home, building a team, or building a business. The people who thrive aren't usually the ones who wait until they have no choice. They're the ones willing to evolve while they're still winning. As consumers, you want advisors who are thinking ahead. You want someone who's studying the market before it shifts. Someone adapting before everyone else catches up. Someone who's not just protecting what worked yesterday, but preparing for what's next. And as we looked at the real estate industry, we saw it was changing. Consumers are demanding more transparency. Technology is evolving faster than ever. Regulations are shifting. The way agents build businesses is changing. The old model wasn't necessarily broken, it was just built for a different era. And we had a choice: defend the status quo or lean into the future. So we started asking questions, a lot of questions actually. We sat down at Kyle Whissel's office and he shared his profit and loss statement and how every expense was broken down by category. Not the highlight reel, the actual numbers. One of the top teams in the country, the reality behind the scenes. We had conversations with Pareja about where he believed the industry was headed, what he saw, how he was thinking about all the changes happening in real estate. We looked at the economics, we looked at the opportunities, we looked at referrals, we looked at what was actually helping agents grow. And the more conversations we had, the more obvious it became. This wasn't about leaving something behind, it was about removing ceilings. One of the biggest misconceptions people have about eXp is that you lose your identity. We heard that one a lot. What about your brand? What about your culture? What about everything you've built? But here's the analogy that made it click for me. eXp is the operating system, you are the app. Our clients don't hire us because of the logo in the corner of a business card. They hire us because of trust, relationships, experience, results. The Slocum Home Team is still the Slocum Home Team, now just powered by eXp Realty. The values haven't changed, the way we serve people hasn't changed. The commitment to our community, that hasn't changed either. What changed was the platform underneath it. And honestly, the biggest surprise wasn't the stock, it wasn't the revenue share. It wasn't lower overhead, it wasn't the technology, it wasn't even the scale. It was the collaboration. Because for years, like many brokerages, there was this unspoken reality. The agent across the street was also your competition. People protected their secrets, they guarded their systems, they held on to the playbook. Then we stepped into the fast forward movement. And suddenly, people doing hundreds of millions of dollars in business were saying, here's exactly how we're doing it. Here's the hiring process. Here's the accountability system. Here's the script. Here's what's working right now. Not theory, reality. No ego, no scarcity, no pretending. Just people genuinely trying to help each other win. And if you have a goal, chances are there's someone who's already achieved it in the group and they're willing to show you the path. That changed me because I always believe success leaves clues. But I didn't realize how powerful it could be when collaboration isn't cultural. It's structural. It's built into the model. And if you're a homeowner watching this, okay, that's great, but why should I care? Here's why. Because the people advising you should never stop growing. Your largest financial decisions deserve professionals who are constantly learning, collaborating, improving, sharing ideas with each other, preparing for what's next. The market changes each and every day. Contracts change, technology changes, consumer expectations change. You deserve advisors who evolve with it. And if you're an agent watching this, maybe you're curious, maybe you're skeptical, maybe you're perfectly happy where you are. I get it, because that was us. We didn't move because we had to. We moved because we wanted to build something stronger, something with more opportunity, more collaboration, more alignment. And one of the things that excited us most was realizing that growth no longer had to fit into one box. Maybe joining our team isn't the right fit for you. Maybe it is. Maybe you're a successful solo agent who loves your independence. Maybe you're building your own team. Maybe you're a team leader with a vision and culture you've worked years to create. Maybe you're a broker owner who's built something incredible in your market. For years, the choices felt pretty limited. Join our team or compete against it. Work together or work apart. If someone wasn't the right fit for our team structure, we'd eventually lose that relationship altogether. The mentorship stopped, the collaboration faded, the investment we had made into each other benefited somebody else's organization. But this model has changed that. Now we can truly be in business together. You can keep your brand, keep your culture, keep your leadership, keep your independence, and still have people in your corner who genuinely want to see you win. We can share referrals, share ideas, share playbooks, celebrate wins together, problem solve challenges, and pour into each other's businesses. And because the incentives are aligned, helping each other succeed isn't just a nice idea, it's how the model was designed to work. You don't have to give up what you've built to become part of something even bigger. You don't have to choose between independence and community, between ownership and collaboration, between leading your own vision and having people beside you on the journey. That's what surprised me the most. Fast Forward movement isn't about creating copies of each other. It's about bringing together ambitious people who do business differently in different markets with different strengths and creating an environment where everyone gets better because we're connected. Whether you're on our team or not, whether you're in Rhode Island or across the country, whether you're just getting started or you've been doing this for decades, we can still learn together, grow together, refer business to each other, and win together. And in an industry that's spent decades teaching us to guard our secrets and compete with everyone around us, this feels less like recruiting and a whole lot more like the future. Reach out, I'd love to have a conversation and see what we can do to help you grow your business.